Hello, this is Dr. Wendy Rowley, and this is the YouTube channel, The Wonder of Human Design. And I am the inspirator for the Great Global Healing Party, the upcoming inaugural choir for the Women's Great Global Healing Party, using the tones of the heart, the ancient Lemurian tones of healing, to do some profound and really beautiful work of healing, creating, and upgrading the human consciousness grid and other things. And as far as that sounds, this kind of work has been going on since the days of Lemuria. And I went to a healing school, and they would go to sacred sites and do upgrades. It's a very ancient and old tradition, and it's out there. It's just maybe not mainstream. All right, so I'm going to get out of the way so you have busy lives, and let's keep this short and sweet. Greetings to you, dearest beings of light. There's not as much shift with this one changing between yes and no of her versus me. I don't mean yes, no, but before and after is what I meant to say. And she's thinking a little bit. Let's let her get out of the way. And so some people are like, well, who's who? I can't tell anymore. That's because of the level of quantum no time that the work has gone to. And we'll just leave it at that. So for those of you who have watched her earlier work, you might be going, I can't tell. And that's the way it is. Okay, so we now know that there's been an upgrade through a secondary benevolent path that goes out to the greater field. And it's been made through the Christ grid. And it is for women. And it is an upgrade out in the greater field to the sound of soul groups as well as their individual soul. Because once you're at the level of the soul groups out in the greater field, you are both an individual and a group at the same time through the higher self and soul. And that's the way it is. So what else is this bringing in? And we're going to talk about the future. So we said this was coming online in January of 2027. So through 2027, there will be a wave of feeling things more benevolent. Like 2026, there will be upgrades of the divine feminine, most likely in 3 times. It happens in January after the December solstice. It happens in March at the ancestral energy of the equinox, and it'll be happening in the secondary solstice in June. And it causes things to come up. You'll feel a little maybe discordant, a little more sort of uncertain or off. Then there'll be a period of a creative burst. And you'll be like, oh, this is great. And then there'll be like a nothing happening kind of void. And you're like, where's my creative burst? Go back and rework what you came through in the creative burst or some other project that you're bringing forward. Then after the solstice, it begins to get better and better. And by the December solstice, things feel pretty good. And people feel nice about their holidays, for the most part. We're not saying everyone in the world, but we're saying for the most part. So that's going to be different in 2026. What's going to happen is these bumps are going to be less because there's been so much work that's gone forward and so many people that are joining groups to do benevolent work, and so many more people are just turning to the Creator going, help, it's a mess down here. And it's well known, research on prayer, it's well known, many groups have formed that are prayer warrior groups. There's just a lot of light worker stuff in it, and benevolence and attuning to the Creator more so, we would say, than there's probably ever been on the earth before. Profound, huh? And that's part of the great shift in the energies that are shifting and the benevolence coming in behind, that many people feel that there's something benevolent coming. So 2026 is not going to be quite the same. And it'll be a little less. And then the other thing that's going to happen is that there will be almost like a pre-shift. Now we said in 2027, it's like you walk through a bubble. For many sensitives will feel it. Some people say, we've gone into the 5th dimension. Whatever. However you want to describe it, who cares? but it's all languaging to say something's happened. And the energies of that benevolent wave through many women will start to be a precursor for the 2027 wave, where things come online down at your level. That divine intelligence that's been working and percolating for the last 3 years in an obvious way on the earth, with all the things coming up to be looked at and changed. That's what high vibration does, as everyone says. It brings something up to be changed, and then you heal between that higher vibration and where you're at. And so that will be less of a percolation. This one started to think, let's let her get out of the way. And so we were saying that there will be a pre-wave of those who are practicing and tuning more to this higher vibration that will become a little more palpable in them. And it doesn't matter whether they had that upgrade personally. It's the collective that they will be feeling it through. So you all are starting to feel each other collectively a little bit more. And that will be stronger in 2026. And that's part of the unity field starting to percolate. Because all the setups at the higher levels, at the noosphere level, are done. And all the setups at the interim layers between there and your denser layers, where it's really going to get registered, are done. And it has gone faster, like many people are reporting. Because so many people are saying, yeah, let's get it done. And so these are some of the things that will be felt. But in 2027, it's going to be a whole new paradigm. Not obviously outward at your world where you're looking at things, but internally within you. It'll be like a new world. And our next segment is going to be about what that'll be like in 2027. Peace be with you, your dearly loved. Expect benevolence in all you do. We bid you adieu. It's Dr. Rowley, and have a great day, and stay upbeat, and go for walks in nature. And if you get really, really just out of sorts, exercise, punch pillows. Peanut butter is good for grounding. If you're having trouble with people, a simple exercise, see them in a pink bubble. Continue just to see them in a pink bubble. It works. I've used that for years because it's a high vibration of the heart field, and it allows a softening between that karma between the two of you. You both have the same disharmony. I can't get along with that person because I have the same disharmony. Occasionally a person is just really lit up and they're throwing energy out, but about 80% of the time you're sharing a match with them of a disharmony that you both have. And somebody needs to break the chain. And if you put it up to the Creator and start seeing them in pink, you're sending a message to your soul and the Creator that you want to break the chain. And your soul starts responding and giving you a little bit of grace between you and them. And it has an effect on shifting them. It's a magical thing. Just a little tip. Okay, see you next episode.